Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's Talk. We are excited to share our recent trip to Prayagraj, where we got first-hand look at the crowd management during the world's largest mass gathering, the Mahakumbha Mela, with a whopping 62 crore people attending. The journey itself was a big challenge. 2 full days on a train. We boarded our train from Kanyakumari on 13th of February and reached Prayagraj on the 16th, and those crazy videos you have seen online about the packed trains, they are 100% real. The experiencing sheer size of crowd and see how it all managed up close was both eye-opening and incredible opportunity for us. You might think our study began only when we reached Prayagraj, but the truth is, we started for preparing long before the journey. We immersed ourselves in videos about the Kumbh Mela, held briefing sessions, and had discussions about everything from the deep-root mythology behind the event to incredible technological innovation that they have used to manage such massive gathering. And while the 2 days journey might seem like a chance to relax, that was not a case at all. We were busy at brainstorming, planning the activities we would carry out, and figure out the key questions asked once we arrived at Prayagraj. Every step of the journey, both physically and mentally, was about being fully prepared to understand the extraordinary event.
The next day, we returned to Prayagraj, eager to dive into the operational aspect of the ongoing event. We gathered in groups, studying the features of each sector, understanding the infrastructures, its importance, and how everything worked together. Our focus that day was on Sector 1 and Sector 3, where we walked a total of 28 kilometers. As disaster management students, no distance was too far for us. We were determined to understand how crowd control and safety protocols were being managed. The organization of the event was impressive. The routes were strictly one way, ensuring the smooth flow of massive crowd. Water ATMs and pipes for drinking water and face washing were strategically installed at regular intervals. Loudspeakers broadcasted announcements in multiple languages, guided the pilgrims and ensuring their safety. However, the management was not without its flaws. Crowd control near bridges could have been better, as the risk of a collapse was heightened by the large number of people moving through. We also visited Pavilion by NDMA, where we experienced VR disaster scenarios, watched short films, and attended first aid training sessions. The NDRF provided demonstration of their tools, and some students and faculty took the opportunity to give feedback, which was recorded. One of the most insightful moments was our visit to the control room. Here we learned about the operations behind the scenes, where control room managed the initial responses to emergencies and then coordinated with various services. The system was well organized, with 10,000 calls being handled during snan days and thousands on regular days. The team worked in 3 shifts, ensuring continuous coverage. The help desk, which had separate phone lines for each issue, lost and found, ambulance requests, etc., played a crucial role in coordinating operations. Every desk was linked to a specific phone number for location identification. The surveillance efforts were remarkable, with CCTV monitoring every entry and exit point, while AI-based headcount monitoring ensured the safety of crowd. We visited the Prayagraj Mela Authority room, where the police managed the situation and real-time monitoring was in place to ensure the smooth flow of operations. They shared with us how they responded in the event of emergencies like fire outbreaks, drowning, and other disasters, giving us a deeper appreciation for the complexity of managing such a vast and dynamic crowd.
We stayed in the tents provided by UP Tourism in Sector 25, Prayagraj, which is one of the sectors of the city, each with its own significance. After resting, we walked around the area with the perspective of disaster management students, observing the placement of fire extinguishers and water hydrants and other safety protocols. The waste management system was well organized, with one septic tank serving 3 tanks. The placement of safety features like fire extinguishers and water hydrants was strategic, and the workplace made of bricks were not only practical but also sustainable. We also noticed the use of eco-friendly materials such as bamboo chairs, light bulb, and hanging bamboo baskets, which promote sustainability and support local artisans. After our observations, we conducted a briefing session where we shared our findings, emphasizing the need for enhanced disaster management training and continuous support for local communities through sustainable practices. Later that night, we walked through Sector 24, the air thick with the hum of activity and anticipation. The sheer scale of the operations was mind-boggling. In each sector, nearly 20,000 fiber toilets had been strategically placed, ensuring that the vast crowd were well taken care of. The roads were paved with the metal to prevent vehicles from getting bogged down in the loose soil, and it also helped minimize the dust that swirled through the air. Backfields lined the streets, keeping the crowd in check while ensuring smooth movement. The temporary bridges spanned across the rivers, allowing pilgrims to cross safely, while rocks divided the snug area to prevent the risk of drowning during the sacred ritual. As we walked, we couldn't help but notice the tens of spiritual saints who sat calmly, offering blessings to the devotees.
The very next day, we packed our bags and set off for Kashi, but the trip was a challenge from the start. As soon as we arrived at the station, the police directed us to a hall where all passengers heading to Kashi were gathered. They began to block off the area using barricades and made several announcements, urging everyone to stay calm and cooperate to prevent any panic. It was an effort to control the crowd, which was growing increasingly tense. Eventually, the passage was opened and we moved towards the platform, only to find it packed with people. Boarding the train was a struggle, but somehow we managed to get on and find our seats. However, the hurdles didn't end there. What was supposed to be a 2.5-hour journey to Kashi turned into a grueling 10-hour ordeal. As the hours dragged on, the passengers grew more restless. By evening, the electricity in the train went out. Adding to the discomfort, the air inside the train grew thick with frustration. But despite the hardships, there was a sense of solidarity among us. Finally, we arrived at Deen Dayalu Upadhyaya Junction, and from there we took an auto to Kashi. Through the journey was far more challenging than we had anticipated. The sense of relief upon arriving to our destination made it all worthwhile. The team, effort and patience throughout the journey brought us through, and we knew the experiences awaiting us in Kashi would make every moment of the trip worth it. Varanasi, a city where every step tells a story of devotion, history and spirituality, greeted us with its timeless energy as we explored its famous ghats. The architectural beauty of each ghat stood tall, but the ghats at the night, the air alive with the glow of festive lights for Shivaratri, are adding a mystical touch to the already vibrant scene. The boats anchored to the step with iron mold attachments and ropes floated like silent witnesses to the ongoing devotion. But as beautiful as it was, the ghats also revealed hidden dangers. Manikarnika Ghat, the heart of cremation rituals, felt like a living paradox, scared yet perilous. The thick crowds, narrow paths and absence of regulations created a tense atmosphere, arising the risk of stampedes and fire hazards. The lack of poor drainage added to the concern, turning slippery steps into a potential danger zone. At the Kashi Vishwanath temple, wooden barricades were in place to control the overwhelming crowds, yet the rush during the temple hours were palpable. At Asigad, where the Ganga Arati took place, the energy was electric, but the ever-growing crowds during religious festivals made us acutely aware about the safety risks. The spiritual fervor of Varanasi was undeniable, but so too were the challenges of managing such devotions.
The Mahakumbh is an event like no other, and it's the chorus slam, the sacred bath at the Triveni Sangam. For Indians, this ritual is the soul of gathering, and some of us were fortunate enough to experience it firsthand. As a disaster management student, as a disaster management professional, we have studied various fields, each with its own challenges. But this was different. It was intense, demanding, and truly one of a kind. Yet we approached it with the professionalism and dedication. We take it as a pride. It wasn't easy, but as a team, we tackled every challenge, navigating the complexities of such a massive event. What made this event more special? Our batch is the only academic group to have conducted such an in-depth study during this sacred Mela. That itself is an achievement. But beyond that, there is something even greater. We witnessed Mahakumbh, an event that happens only once in every 144 years. A rare, almost mythical opportunity that most people can only dream of. And we were there in the heart of it all, and experiencing the devotion, the church, and the beauty of once in a lifetime event. What an unforgettable journey it is. Now, if you have any questions, doubts, or are you guys curious about knowing more about Kumbh Mela, you guys feel free to ask. We are happy to share.
So, what was the most memorable experience?
Overall, all the experiences were new for us and everything was memorable for us. But in my case, what touched me is the Varanasi trip. It was something more memorable, and that's the thing which I felt more memorable to me. But the entire trip was a memorable one, and it's the really first time experience for us. So I think the whole journey was a memorable thing for everyone.
So, if you get an opportunity to go next time, what will you do different from this?
Can you please elaborate that question, like what we have to add in next journey?
Like, if you have the opportunity to go another time, what all will you change from the current plan you have? What all difficulties or what all future things you can plan ahead and do? What all hindrances you can minimize? This is also a question from sir.
First of all, there is no other opportunity to go for a Mahakumbh Mela because it's a once in a 144 years. Our dad or our son, nobody can go for it. We are the blessed people. And if we got an opportunity to conduct a Mahakumbh Mela or such an event, now we are capable to doing that like a massive event. Because we have we got the exposure how to manage the event. We visited how to manage the waste or other. We visited the control rooms for such things, so we can easily manage it. Thank you.
I hope there is no more questions. So let's wind up this deep talk and